242. That is 7th best in the American League. Swings at the first pitch and make it 24 straight games with a shot down the line. And Ichiro leads off with a 2-base hit.
First pitch of the afternoon. Hit for a double off Irvin. Now, that was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Right down the middle. And Ichiro is awake and alive. And if you think he's not loose with his legs, that guy stretches in his sleep. He was ready for that double.
The first 4 White Sox had base hits off Santana on Monday, and then the first 4 in the second inning also had hits and knocked him out of the ball game. Betancourt bunting and bunts it foul as Santana came up and in with the fastball.
Watch your fingers. That's not given that he's going to throw a ball right down the middle when you turn your body to him. So when that explosive 2-seam fastball comes in there with a little conviction on it, that could put you on the DL in a heartbeat. Betancourt just missed by 1/4 of an inch of busting his finger. That's dangerous.
The Angels at 24-24 start the day, 5.5 games back of Texas, and the Mariners just 1 game behind the Angels. Don Wakamatsu's done a fine job in his first year. The club started 12-6, was in first place by 3.5 games in early April, then went into a slide, but they've recovered and they've won 8 of their last 15.
Matter of fact, that inside pitch to Betancourt when he was scoring around, that's going to be important for Irvin. He can't let those guys get comfortable. Not like he did in his last outing. Those guys just served him up.
Bunt down, Santana to first base, sacrifice perfectly executed, 1 out. And Seattle's been playing a lot more of the Mike Scioscia style baseball. Don Wakamatsu came up in this organization, knows how important it is to take the early lead, advance runners, and then with an out on a sacrifice fly or a ground ball, score a run. So they have Ichiro at third base, great speed there, and the batter is Adrian Beltre. The Angels will play their infield back, so they'll give up a run to get the second out. Beltre had 3 hits last night.
Irvin got to come out pitching.
He throws strike 1. The home plate umpire is Bill Miller. Bill Hahn at first base, Bruce Dreckman at second, and Paul Emmel at third. Beltre has picked it up, hitting .342 after an 0 for 23 slide he'd been in. Tight. Ball, 1 strike.
Nothing wrong with that. See how he backed him off? He lost his toe hold in that batter's box. You don't, and when a hitter never moves his feet an entire at bat, he's comfortable. You want to move his feet. You don't have to bust him in up like that, but you can throw a breaking ball at his feet.
And Santana is a strikeout pitcher. He was one of the tops in baseball last year with a career high 214, second in the American League. Ichiro double to start things. Betancourt sacrificed him to third. Line drive, base hit left field. Ichiro will score. It's 1-0 Seattle.
Okay, mistake on a slider. Left it up. Little breaking ball there. Okay, let's see it. He wants it on the corner. It's elevated, not down where he wants it. It's not a perfect game. It's hard to be able to not make mistakes, but that's what hitters look for right there. A half-inch mistake.
Mike Scioscia said before the ball game, I want Irvin aggressive with his delivery. And he just did not finish off that slider, and it's a 1-0 start. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate, and Ken goes after the first pitch, skies it in the air, center field. Torrey Hunter under it, makes the catch for the second out.
Okay, the sun looks like it wants to break through today, but since the previous 2 days we haven't, the sun hasn't come out, it may not. So usually the ball carries a lot further in day games here, but today we'll have to wait and see. Mickey Hatcher says, you know what, it carries no matter what the weather's like during the daytime here.
And when the clouds part, that's a look at the sun. We'll see. Sunshine bringing everyone smiles and enthusiasm.
Oh, now it doesn't work all that time. Now, just because you and I are half full all the time doesn't mean everybody else is. And Mike Scioscia, he wasn't half full today either. Wasn't in too good a mood.
Despite a 1-4 homestand, You're still smiling. This is a game about failure. You've got to believe that you're going to pick it up at any time. And this is the last day of May, and the Angels maybe want to get rid of the first 2 months and start anew tomorrow. They travel to Toronto for a 3-game series with the Blue Jays, then to Detroit and Tampa. Beltre goes, pitches inside, throw by Napoli is not in time. A steal for Beltre, and that will be his 6th of the year.
And also, you mentioned how Wakamatsu's sacrificing and moving runners. He's also stealing guys, too. Branyan, he'll go, too. Guys that you wouldn't expect to steal bases are going. Beltre, he's all muddy now. Short was throw. The throw was short. Ibar, nice job of just keeping it in front of him.
Ouch. The ball skips away, and it hit Russell Branyan, so he'll take first base. Napoli was getting ready to smother it. But now it's a first and second situation as it's a dead ball. Beltre cannot go. At first base is Russell Branyan.
So I mentioned moving his feet. That'll move him. Dropped a hammer right on his back foot, on his back top of his laces there.
Now Ervin Santana will see last night's Seattle hero, Jose Lopez. The Angels were 1 out away from a 3-0 victory. 2 on, and Lopez went deep, and now he slams one to center field. This will make it 2-0. So Santana not fooling anybody. There goes Branyan to third, and the ball skips away, and Figgins has to knock down the third base coach, his old friend Bruce Hines. So no advance by Branyan. It will be an error, and that will be the first error in 207 games by Torrey Hunter.
Oh man. That is something you don't see. Now his throw, look where the throw comes, okay? Branyan's coming, Figgy's kind of deking him here, acting like, see, he was a little bit too nonchalant. If he could have got himself in front of it, and now Bruce Hines gets run over by Figgy. Too bad I wasn't played third base there, man. I'd have went right through Jeter Hines over there at third base. But good job by Figgy to knock him down.
Ed Munson, the official scorekeeper, has not ruled it an error. Maybe he thought that the runner already was going to advance to second base in Jose Lopez, so no error to Torrey Hunter.
I'll agree with that. I thought Figgy could have done a little bit better job of getting his body in front of that, though. But still, there was not a run that scored on that particular play. But Lopez did advance to second.
But Santana reeling in the first inning against a bad offense. Seattle is dead last in about every offensive category, and they've been hitting Santana hard in the first.
Okay, Lopez, see, once he stops and then he goes again, that's a sign of an error. Official score will see that. But you know what?
No error's been charged yet.
I'm okay with that. Sure, Torrey will be too. Keep his streak alive.
Santana does not look like he's commanding any of his pitches right now. No error on the board. So right now it's 3 hits, 2 runs for Seattle. This team is dead last in runs scored, RBIs, and last in walks, last in on base percentage. But they have won the first 2 games of this series. And Santana is 2-1 on Guillermo Quiroz. And Quiroz was a guy that Wakamatsu had at Texas. And that's why he is with the club now. They signed him in mid-April, and Santana falling behind Quiroz, who's been a Double-A, Triple-A, and a career .201 hitter. So trouble early for Ervin Santana. Fouled off, 3-2.
And Ervin's velocity might be down a little bit because he just hasn't pitched a lot, so he's still gaining his velocity. They're hopeful that by the next month, rolling around, he gets 2 or 3 more starts into him, he'll be able to strengthen his arm by simply throwing. Mike Butcher doesn't seem to be too concerned about Ervin, health-wise.
Quiroz pops it up foul territory. Napoli is there and makes the catch. The first inning is over, but not before Ervin gives up 2 runs on 3 hits. Bottom of the first we go. check out the Angels batting order. It'll be Sean Figgins to lead things off, then Bobby Abreu, Vladimir Guerrero, and Torrey Hunter. Juan Rivera's back in there, and 4 of his 5 home runs this year have been hit against Seattle. Rob Quinn, Mike Napoli, Howie Kendrick, and Eric Ibar round out that Angel 9. Brought to you by Honda. On the hill for Seattle, Garrett Olson, 25-year-old left-hander, is making his 3rd start of the season and his 7th appearance. He has pitched both at AAA and the major leagues with Seattle this year.
And he has the ability to both start and pitch out of the bullpen. So he's kind of filling in. He did a pretty good job in that role earlier. A little spot start. Jakubowski's got pushed back a day or two. And Olson's going to go with a sinking fastball, slider, and a changeup.
Figgins trying to drop it to right field. Ichiro cruises over and makes the catch. 1 out.
Anything that has that kind of air underneath the fly ball to right, he's going to catch it. Ichiro Suzuki, that guy is a phenomenal player. We've talked about him to nauseum in the first 2 games. Now that we mentioned the errors this team's making, they're still last in the league at 41 errors. They're hoping to tighten that up a little bit in their game. But they're playing a lot better now. That's all that matters. Guys very flexible, Ichiro Suzuki and Torrey Hunter. Both of these guys are in the same class. Torrey might have a little bit more power, a little stronger, but both of them premier Major League Baseball players.
Olson gets a first pitch strike to Bobby Abreu, an 0-1 count. Abreu looking for his first hit of this series, 0 for 9. And he's always hit Seattle well. Career .344 average. But the Angels, we told you on this homestand, have not hit the ball well. Only 13 runs in 5 games.
Well, they haven't got anything to show for it. I would tell you they have been hitting the ball good. They just right at people. They're going through a spell with bad luck, but they haven't had much to show for it. That's kind of what we say in the game. When you're hitting the ball, that's how we stay positive. Hitters do. They stay positive by looking at the positive things. Well, we're hitting the ball hard. Stay at them.
Olson's 1-2, and Bobby chops one toward short. Betancourt right there. Throws him out. 2 gone in the first inning. The Angels, of course, 5.5 games back of Texas in the West, and Oakland leading the Rangers in the top of the 3rd inning, 1-0. Mike Scioscia is hoping that Vlad Guerrero can get more and more comfortable. He has opened just 4 for 21 since coming off the DL, where he missed 35 games because of a tear in a chest muscle. Big, strong right-handed batter. Olson rips it by him at 88 miles an hour. Strike 1. Vlad almost looks like he's trying to do too much early. He come up with a big base hit last night to give the Angels life in the 8th and 10th innings. Both were line shots.
Okay, Olson's not overpowering. In order for him to be successful, he'd like to pitch down in the zone, but he was able to get Vladdy on a swing and miss pitch up. He wants to stay down and use his defense if he can. He's not afraid to pitch inside. That's important.
That is down the left field line. Into the corner it goes. Vlad likely will take 2. Getting to the baseball is Chavez, and he flips it to the 3rd baseman or the cutoff man, and it's a Angel in scoring position with 2 out in the 1st.
That's right. A little bit too good a pitch. 0-2 is inside. You can't get Vladdy inside very often. Now he's starting to show good signs. He's hit the ball hard the last few games. He got 2 hits last night. First pitch got him away with 1. All right. Next pitch down the middle. This pitch here, about 2 inches in, pulls his hands in. Easy double for Vladdy.
The Angels just 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position in this series. Torrey Hunter takes strike 1. Last day in May, Hunter with 24 of his 40 RBIs in this month.
2 of his 11 homers are off of lefties. 349 average against southpaws.
Olson brings it, and Hunter smacks it foul right side. Garrett Olson last year with the Baltimore Orioles won 9 games, lost 10, and had a high ERA 6.65. And he gave up a lot of hits last year. 168 and 132 in 2/3 innings, then traded to Seattle. Hunter down in the count, 0-2. Lifted foul back and out of play. Olson, just 25 years old, out of Fresno, California. Went to Buchanan High School in Clovis, suburb of Fresno, and then went on to Cal Poly, where he was a mechanical engineering major.
That Clovis district out there, man, they have a great schools, all kinds of schools. Matter of fact, they look like colleges. They're way advanced in everything, athletics, academics.
Hunter swings and misses and strikes out. Angels done in the first. We head to the second inning. It's Seattle 2 and the Angels nothing. Baseball on My 13 is brought to you by Honda. You can depend on your Honda dealer for great leases and low financing. And by Carl's Jr. The Portobello Mushroom $6 burger is back at Carl's Jr. More than just a piece of meat. Irvin Santana facing Endy Chavez. Irvin faced 7 batters in the first inning, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Now hitters 8 and 9 and number 2 Chavez. The left fielder hitting .285 this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Endy having a terrific year against the Angels, hitting .406 in his career, .377 average against the Halos. That's one of his best numbers ever.
Well, Endy's getting a chance to play a lot more regularly than he did with the Mets in his career. He was kind of a role player, bench player, guy that filled in and did a great job at that. But because he was so good at that, Seattle picked him up and says, you know what, we got better plans. You're going to get more playing time. Irvin's command's a little bit off. Now you see, we've been seeing him at 92 and below. That's plenty enough velocity for Irvin to win games. Okay, he's got a good breaking ball. He's got a good changeup. If he can just command those, he should be okay. There's a good change there, had him way out front.
But he's got to be able to locate that fastball at 90 to 91 miles an hour much better, and that has been his challenge. He's been finding too much of the plate. 7 runs in 1 inning against Chicago, and he faced 7 batters and threw 19 pitches, and there were a lot of pitches over the heart of the plate in that first inning.
Still wants to stay focused on his mechanics. Mechanics are a little bit off.
Chavez lifts it foul, back and out of play, a 3-2 count. Santana last year with a great year, winning 16 games and striking out 214 through 219 innings, and he deals the 3-2, and it's swung on and driven high and deep to right field and gone. Endy Chavez, only his 2nd home run this year, and both have come against the Angels.
When you talk about locating the fastball, there it was. Fell behind, 3-2 count. You know he's got to come in there with it, and he was sitting on it, ready to go. Wasn't necessarily trying to hit a homer, but a good level swing. Hit the ball just in the proper spot like this. Results of that.
Franklin Gutierrez, strike one.
I asked Mike Scioscia what he wanted to see from Irvin today. He said he wanted to see early strikes and early success. Hasn't happened, so we'll have to see how Irvin handles adversity a little bit here.
Giving up a pair of singles, a double, and now a home run to Chavez. Hit sharply, foul.
And to rely on an offense like the Angels has been a little bit soft on this homestand. You know, that might be asking a little bit too much, unless they can put together some hits, which they've been doing usually second, third time through.
Irvin 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I should say, in 2006, won 16 games. Looked like that was a breakout year. And then 2007, he was miserable, 7-14, and ERA near 6. He struggled so much that the Angels sent him to AAA. And there's the slider, and he strikes out Franklin Gutierrez. So first strikeout of the ball game for Santana. And then came back last year and looked like a different pitcher than he was in 2007 and won 16 games. But this year, after signing a 4-year, $30 million deal, he had trouble with his right elbow, missed 6 weeks because of a right elbow strain. Did pitch well against Seattle despite a loss to the Mariners, allowing 1 earned run in 6 2/3 innings at Safeco Field. Ichiro doubled his last time up. His hit streak is now 24 consecutive games, and he slaps that one foul. He has the Mariner record at 25 in a row, set 2 years ago.
Well, you know, everybody talks about how that Joe DiMaggio streak of 56 games would never be touched, but if anybody could come close to it, it would be this guy here, Ichiro, because he has the ability to get hits off his bat on the line to the outfielders, and balls he doesn't square up so well, he leg hits them.
22 infield hits this year. Ground ball to Kendrick. Ichiro is out. 2 gone in the second inning. So after the home run, Santana's retired Gutierrez on a strikeout. Now gotten Suzuki on a ground out. But Endy Chavez continues to torch the Angels. Look at those numbers against the Angels in his career.
Well, I think we'd rather have Endy Chavez hot against us than Raul Ibanez. He used to kill the Angels.
Well, he's killing the National League now.
Oh,
he's got 17 home runs and 46 RBIs for the Phils.
Happy to see Ibanez's success. Quality guy.
Ground ball third. Figgins has it. That'll do it in the second inning for Seattle, but they get a home run from Endy Chavez and take a 3-0 lead over Santana and the Angels. Juan Rivera, who had a terrific game on Friday, 3 for 4, including his 5th home run of the year. Long blast to left center field. He is coming on and playing extremely well, finally given an opportunity to play every day. This 30-year-old veteran out of Venezuela signed a 3-year deal with the Angels in the offseason. A strike. Olson will not overpower you. His fastball tops out about 91 miles an hour, but he's shown a good curveball and a good changeup as well. High with the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Juan just has a little bit more confidence against the lefties this year because of the success he's had. 447, 5 homers. But only 6 RBIs. So most of them are solo shots. That catch Friday night, he used the wall. Okay, there's a nice little 3-foot little pad there that you can make a catch like that and you can still see that one out there. Look at this. This right here is the Spider-Man. He's sending him a web. That's a web. Now, on Torrey's glove, he has written in his glove Spider-Man. And I just noticed that today. It says Spidey on it, but that he was shooting Juan a Spider-Man web when he was doing that after that great catch. That's outstanding.
Yeah, that sticky line that Spider-Man had would really work well in baseball defensively.
Oh, no question.
That is off the glove. Bencourt still gets to it. His throw. Are you kidding me? They're getting breaks because that was heading up the middle and almost like a pinball machine. It ricochets off of the pitcher and goes right to the shortstop.
Betancourt didn't give up on it. Ball had a lot of spin on it. Picks it. Throws a short hop. Branyan, nice job of picking that out of the dirt there. And Juan's got some bad luck today.
Angels have had some tough luck on this homestand. They have hit the ball sharply, but a lot of atom balls. And there is Rob Quinlan checking his swing. He went strike 1. Yuniesky Betancourt. You see what his numbers are. The ability to play that position. They would like him to cut down on the errors. He has suffered 8 errors this year. And as an infield, let's see, 15 by the left side of the infield, 8 for Betancourt, 7 for Beltre. And on the right side, Lopez has 8 and Branyan has 5. They've got fine range. They've got to cut down on the mistakes. The 0-2. Quinlan takes tight. Halos losing 5-2 and 4-3 in 10 innings in the first 2 games of this series. He almost hit Rob. Back to back, he doubled up with that fastball coming in. Pretty good ratio as he's starting his 2nd inning. He's got 1 man out.
He's had a few hitters 0-2, and he's coming right in there 0-2. He's not wasting any pitches.
Fouled back. He's got an idea. He was the Orioles sandwich pick between the 1st and 2nd round in 2005, coming out of Cal Poly, and then spent 4 years in the Orioles minor league system. But he pitched well in their system. An ERA that was under 3 in his career in the minor leagues, and then got knocked around in the major leagues in his first full year with Baltimore. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rob. 2 outs.
Yeah, if you're pitching this league or you play in this league, you got a pretty good idea. It's tough to stay up here. Some guys can get here to the big leagues, but to stay in the big leagues, you got to really persevere. You got to keep competing. It's a performance-based business, and that's the way it is. If you're not performing, they'll find somebody else who can.
Mike Napoli. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Napoli's in a major slide, just 1 hit in his last 23 at bats. That has seen his batting average go from 300 to 275.
A lot of guys are streaky. Napoli's one of them. Mathis watching on.
Hits this one pretty well to right field, but Ichiro about 15 feet from the warning track pulls it down. An easy 1-2-3 second for Garrett Olson. official appliance and flat screen superstores of the Angels. And by Acura. Acura Advance. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler with you at the Big A. 3-0 Seattle. They scored 2 off Santana in the first and 1 in the second, and a home run by Andy Chavez. Now Irvin to face hitters 3, 4, and 5, Beltre, Griffey, and Branyan. Beltre single driving in a run. Santana has to be able to command his fastball. He's been throwing it right down the middle of the plate when he is finding the strike zone. Allowing 4 hits and 3 runs, and again missing high with the heater, but usually when he is on, he will be right there on the corners and down. He said one of the keys of the new additions was the two-seam fastball. That ball skied in the air, right side. Kendrick out, calling everybody off and making the catch. 1 out. Angels baseball and summer days at the beach. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, actually, it does when you combine the two. Come out to the Big A on Saturday, June 13th, when the ball club comes home, as all kids ages 2 through 18 in attendance will receive a free beach paddle ball set courtesy of California Pizza Kitchen. This set includes a ball and 2 authentic wood paddles. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. Well, Irvin, after the home run by Chavez, has retired 4 straight, now facing Junior. Ken is 0 for his last 21.
Wow.
Up to center field last time up. Batting average at .205, but he does lead all active players in RBIs. Henry Aaron has the most ever, over 2,000. Foul.
You know, in his 21 years of Major League service, I'm sure he's had similar slumps, but he knows how to get through them as he's looking for another bat. And he knows how to get out of slumps. You just keep showing up to the park, taking your batting practice. You know, confidence. Things will turn. You can't quit. You keep going.
Way high, and again the command of the fastball way off for Santana. That time Napoli wanted it low and outside. It came down and in. 3-2 count. Irvin has thrown 47 pitches. 28 have made the strike zone. 19 have missed, and there's ball 4.
24 walks now for Junior. That leads the Mariners, so he's very selective.
Tough time for Mike Scioscia, who's trying to right the ship. His club has really struggled recently, and he knows that the Texas Rangers are a team to be reckoned with. I mean, no longer are the Rangers a team you just go out and outscore. Now you're trying to have to hold down their offense because their pitching staff has been throwing so well. And Texas sending Kevin Millwood today against Dallas Braid in Oakland, and Athletics have a 1-0 lead in the 4th. Branyan with a drive, and that ball is well struck off the wall. Griffey goes to third, and Bruce Hines will hold him at third base after the double by Branyan, who has ripped apart the Angels this year.
Branyan connects off the wall for his 13th double of the season. That leads the M's.
Well, he's had a great first 2 months.
Nice form. Good stiff front leg. Balance was right.
And Irvin goes, what's going on? Well, that was one of his better fastballs velocity wise. They will intentionally walk Jose Lopez to get to Guillermo Quiroz. But Santana having trouble locating his intentional walk pitch as well. You know, it's going to take a while for him to really get comfortable. The one thing the Angels may ask him to do in the future is shut down winter baseball. He threw again and pitched very, very well in winter ball, but the Angels gave him a 4-year deal after he had an outstanding year in 2008 and then looked terrific in the Dominican Winter League. Mike Butcher coming out for a visit.
Well, he's talked about Irvin's windup, his delivery. He said he wants it to be a little more aggressive. He thinks that if he gets a little more aggressive with his hip turn, that he'll pick up his velocity a little bit. That's not something that's going to come overnight in one start, picking up your velocity. But Mike Scioscia thinks that will help with his hip turn. Comes out of it a little bit quicker. Maybe develops a little more arm speed. But right now, it's not the time to think about your mechanics. Irvin just needs to go out and do what he does naturally and hope, like Peck, that he can keep one down low enough to where he can turn a double play and not give the Mariners any more of a lead here, if at all possible.
Guillermo Quiroz is the battery career 201 hitter. Popped up to the catcher his first time up. Santana's got to keep it down near the knees, trying to, as you saw Napoli set the target, but it rode in on Guillermo. Ball one. Quiroz, a veteran. He's been with Toronto, the Mariners for one stretch, then Texas and Baltimore. Paints the outside corner. That's more like it. You see Napoli's body English saying, yeah, let's be right there. Didn't miss by that much. 2-1. Kenji Jojima broke his toe, so he's on the disabled list. Rob Johnson started the first two games at catcher for Seattle. And that ball stroked in the gap. Trouble for the Angels. 2 runs will score. And it's 5-0 Seattle.
Serge doesn't want to, but he might have to go to that pen. Butcher kind of creeps on over there to the phone. It's a long single, but Quiroz knocked in a pair. Good piece of hitting there. Look for something out there.
Rafael Rodriguez will start to warm up for the Angels as the Halos have been pounded around. Santana's allowed 5 runs in 6 innings. And yesterday you were talking about Matt Palmer when he went 7 strong innings, that it might not be his final start. Well, the way Santana has pitched the last 2, I mean, he looks like a shadow of himself in 2008. Palmer deserved to win his 6th game last night. Gave the bullpen the lead at 3-0. And Darren Oliver did his job to protect it. And Brian Fuentes came within 1 out of nailing it down, and then the 3-run home run by Jose Lopez. Low. Because the Angels cannot afford to fall too far behind Texas. Runners in first and third. Andy Chavez the batter, only 1 out in the third, and Santana has given up 5 already, and he has been belted around in the first 3.
Well, the Rangers are the furthest thing from Mike Scioscia's mind right now. As a question was presented to him in his daily meeting with the media today about the road trip and coming up, and Mike Scioscia says, you know what, it doesn't matter where we are, who we play, or when we play. Today is the most important day. So he's going to help Irvin try to get through this. And with 100-something games to go, he knows anything can happen. It's way too early to panic or to worry about any teams that might be playing better. He's only focused on his team now, and he needs just to keep it there.
Kendrick, a 4, 6, and not a 3. A run will score to make it 6-0 Seattle. As Chavez hustling down that line.
Yep, that good speed got him an RBI.
So the 2 walks come back to haunt Santana. The first one unintentional scoring, and now the intentional walk to Lopez checks in. 6-0 Seattle. Franklin Gutierrez out of play. Mike even said before the ball game, I can't tell you how far back we are. I can only tell you what we need to do to play better and the consistency it takes to be successful. And they have not played consistent baseball. Defensively, they're playing much better, but offensively, they've been inconsistent on this homestand, and the bullpen has been inconsistent throughout the season. The throw to second base. Not in time. A steal for Andy Chavez, his first. It's his 8th this year, first to the ball game.
Second overall by the M's. Beltre stole earlier. Indy's quick. tag by Howie, just not quick enough, and the ball didn't get there in time. Irvin with a little bit of a high leg kick.
Ground ball. Figgins has it. Throws out Gutierrez. Inning is over, but 3 more for the M's. The Angels and the Mariners. Angels proud to welcome over 8,000 Little League players to Angel Stadium today. There's Garrett Olson to face Howie Kendrick.
Okay, that's 8 for 8 now in first pitch strikes.
He's got himself a 6-0 lead.
That's what you want to do. Go right after.
Last time Olson faced Howie Kendrick was at Safeco Field and threw Howie a pitch that was not the location that Olson wanted, and Kendrick hit it in the upper deck at Safeco Field. Slow roller towards second. Lopez has it. Throws out Kendrick. 1 out. Good crowd on hand for a family Sunday. The Little Leaguers here today had the opportunity to walk along the warning track prior to today's game. It's always wonderful Sunday. Families here, moms and dads with their kids, have a chance to talk about school winding down. Some locations already out. And a lot of kids back from college. Here is Eric Ibar. Olson's given up 1 hit, the double by Vlad Guerrero in the first. Ibar pops it up. Foul territory. 2 gone. Hey kids, now's your chance to join the 2009 Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Fox Sports West. For just $18, Junior Angels Kids Club members receive 3 free game ticket vouchers. First in line for Kids Run the Bases, an exclusive Junior Angels white or pink mesh jersey, and much more. Log on to angelsbaseball.com and sign up to be a Junior Angels Kids Club member today.
Okay, that's 4 pitches, 2 outs. That's the first pitch to a batter that hadn't been a strike. Well, Angels would like to take a few more pitches, maybe. Get a little better gauge for Olson, but he's coming out throwing strikes, so the Angels have got to counter some way, and they're just not getting good passes, good rips.
High strike being called by Bill Miller as well. Has Figgins down. 1 ball, 1 strike, or even. He had a 15-game hit streak that ended on Friday. Sean came back with a base hit yesterday, also had a walk. The Halos seem to be in a role lately where they're getting a hit an inning. They're not bunching them together, put together effective innings. And there's Figgins with a shot to left center, but they had him played perfectly. Andy Chavez had been shading him in that area. He makes the catch for the final out of the third. Nothing Seattle over the Angels early in this one. Time for our Nissan trivia question. Ichiro has 1,870 hits with Seattle, second on the all-time list. Who is first? We will give you the answer later in the ball game. Got to think about a guy who played with the team for a long, long time.
I got two guesses, and one of them's probably it. And I think I'll let our fans guess.
There's a base hit to left field, and Ichiro is 2 for 3 in the game. Irvin Santana has struggled this afternoon. He has allowed 7 hits and 6 runs.
Well, this guy's just a machine. Okay, great eyes, nice hands, great body, focused player, dangerous. He is always on the attack. This guy is aggressive. He utilizes his speed. Overall, a tough guy.
This could be 2. Kendrick touches second and gets the easy 4-3 double play.
How about that break?
Santana wants a break because he gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, trying to just pitch a shutout inning. And it kind of raises questions about the health of his right elbow. His velocity is certainly not there, but his command has been a challenge. You wonder if he's going through his spring training, but he had plenty of rehab starts, and the Angels very cautious with any athlete with injuries. Beltre goes after the first pitch. Skies one to center field. Torrey Hunter under it, makes the catch. That's just a 4-pitch inning for Irvin Santana, and he's shut out in the M's in the fourth. Trivia question about Ichiro Suzuki with 1,871 hits with Seattle, second all time on that Mariner list. Who's first?
That was one of my guesses, Edgar. Edgar would have been my guess, or maybe Junior, but Edgar Martinez, certainly one of the best right-handed hitters that I played against in 13 years in the big leagues. That guy was a machine. He was the best situational hitter that I've ever seen before. Smart.
And he was part of that Mariner tradition when they went through the good years. 1995 through 2001, the Seattle Mariners went to the playoffs 4 times. Junior was part of that program. They had 116 wins without Junior in 2001 and won the West by 41 games that year over the Angels. A bunt try by Bobby Abreu. 1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu grounded out his first time up, looking for his first hit against Seattle this series. In there, 1-2. Olson, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, has 2 today, but struck out 83 in almost 135 innings last year with the Orioles. Well, he strikes out Bobby Abreu here, so he's retired 8 in a row and has 3 Ks. The Angels only have 1 base runner, and he's coming up right now. A double by Vlad Guerrero back in the first inning. And our Carl's Jr. all-time home run list, Vlad Guerrero needs 7 for 400. You can see the guys that he's chasing. He has 1 this year and takes outside for a ball. 26 of those home runs have come against this Mariners team in his career. He's always hit the West well. Popped him up. Branyan wants it and makes the catch for the second out. Oakland has improved their lead at 2-0 over the Texas Rangers. That game in the top of the 6th inning. Texas took the first 3 games of that series, including a doubleheader yesterday. Big crowd on hand on a cool Sunday afternoon. Torrey Hunter struck out swinging first time up. Ball 1.
Yep, 24 RBIs. That's a heck of a month for Torrey Hunter. The record in May is 28. That's held by Move On. But unlikely he'll get that today unless they get some runners out there on for him.
10th in the All-Star voting, and he deserves better because he's having a sensational year offensively and defensively. And I think sometimes when fans vote, they should also be aware of what a guy does off the field. Torrey's numbers versus Jason Bay or Josh Hamilton and Ichiro Suzuki, very, very strong. Those are the top 3 currently in the voting, and Torrey skies one high in the air, left center field. Over goes Chavez, there for the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 4th inning for Garrett Olson. Torrey for All-Star, you bet.
Yay, I say yay.
What's that Mariner got in his hands? A little bullpen fun as they're throwing balloons around, or a wadded up glove filled with water. Tricks of the trade. What does that work on your rotator cuff?
Not advisable to throw that around. If somebody gets hurt, someone will be in trouble. But you can't control them. Kids are hard to contain. Even though they're grown-up kids, they still are kids. And when you get a bunch of kids in a dugout area or a bullpen where you're protected, no one else can see you, you do pranks, you do fun things.
Griffey to left field. Juan Rivera near the foul line has it hit and then bounce into the stands for a strike. A 1-1 count to Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow. I don't know if Juan Rivera lost that ball or what, but he slowed down before he got to the line and the ball just fell. Okay, look, he's going hard, and then all of a sudden he kind of just let up. Maybe he realized he couldn't get to it. That's probably what happened.
The 1-2. He takes high and outside. Angels outfield has Abreu in right, Hunter in center, and Juan Rivera in left field. Santana pitched a shutout fourth, but he has labored throughout, and there's a swing and a miss. He strikes out Junior.
Yeah, that's a nice breaking ball. Cool Junior. Got to swing over the top.
Having more fun now. I guess you can do that when you're on the DL. I know Sean Kelly was down there earlier. He's on the disabled list, but David Artsma, he's moving up as the closer. And there's Kelly in the back. The pitch to Branyan, low and inside. We were talking about All-Star voting and Torrey Hunter. Fans should realize that they get a chance to send guys in there, and a guy like Hunter has done so much in the community, and maybe we should let fans know that Torrey, in partnership with the Heart of Champion Foundation and in conjunction with the Angels Baseball Foundation, launched that Torrey Hunter Project Education Initiative that provides college scholarships and character development curriculum to students in 4 states, not only in Arkansas, where he's from, but here in Anaheim, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. His grandmother, who just passed away, is from Las Vegas. He also works with the Boys and Girls Club. Helped build the Boys and Girls Club of Placentia a softball field last year. He's very involved with the Angels RBI League, which is reviving baseball in the inner city. All these little things that he does throughout the year to help others.
Nope, you got to love that. You commend that kind of community effort.
That's something we can do on this next road trip. Get on the computer and vote for Hunter.
Heck, I don't need to go on the road to do that.
I'm just saying we're going to have time. We're going to have our computers in front of us, and we're going on the road.
We got time at home too. But that guy, I'm sure Joe Madden, I'm sure he'll take Torrey.
Mike Scioscia right now hoping to see Santana rebound from a rough beginning. He's walked 3. He has struck out a pair. A breaking ball touches the outside corner to Jose Lopez. Not a very good line this afternoon for Irvin, and that was his 80th pitch. 46 have been strikes, 34 have missed, but the ones that have been in the strike zone have been finding the heart of the plate. He has been hit hard. Russell Branyan at first base. He's been on 3 times. Lopez 1 for 1 with an intentional walk. Outside. Angels on the road tomorrow. They head to Toronto. First game will be Roy Halladay against Joe Saunders on Tuesday. A heck of a pitching matchup. Then on Wednesday, Casey Jansen and Jared Weaver. Thursday, Ricky Romero and John Lackey. Check swing did not go. 2-1. Cleveland beat the Yankees today 5-4. Boston over Toronto 8-2. Kansas City and Chicago are tied at 4. Zach Greinke got the start in that one. He was the ERA leader at 0.84, but they're tied at 4. So he's given up some runs. That ball stroked up the middle for a base hit. So Lopez is 2 for 2. Branyan will stop at second base.
Okay, well, Lopez, all of a sudden, he's catching fire now. He was struggling coming in, but he's had some success against Angel pitching in the series, hitting 2 home runs, and the one last night was a game tire. Just use his hands there. Short, quick swing.
That Angels bullpen will start to scramble again. Rodriguez was up in the 3rd inning. He's up again in the 5th. He is the young pitcher who replaced Irvin when he struggled in his last game. There's his fly ball struck to center field. Hunter there makes the catch. No advance. 2 outs. Quiroz is gone. And Andy Chavez comes up. Andy in his 2 at-bats has homered and his ground out drove in a run in the 3rd. Reached on a fielder's choice. Minnesota leading Tampa Bay 3-2 top of the 9th inning. The Rays are really struggling in that American League East. They have suffered so many injuries. Now 25 and 27. Their rookie phenom gave a terrific performance yesterday. David Price with 11 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings.
Wow.
He was sensational in the playoffs last year, helping them get to the World Series.
Yeah, got a great arm.
They need him now because they've suffered so many injuries. Scott Kazmir on the DL. As the old saying goes, when you think you just have exactly the amount of pitching you need, go get another pitcher.
That's why Palmer's not going anywhere.
Inside, 2-1. The Angels in back-to-back seasons have lost 2 of their best pitchers out of the gate. This year, Lackey and Santana. Last year, Lackey and Escobar. Ground ball short. Ibar has it, gets it to second base in time, ending the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Seattle 6, the Angels nothing. Six nothing Seattle. They had jumped all over Irvin Santana, scoring all 6 runs in the first 3 innings. Now the Angels will attempt to come back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning against Garrett Olson. He's allowed the Angels only 1 hit. Juan Rivera, the batter. Juan was robbed of a hit. He scorched one up the middle. Looked like he was going to go straight to center field for a base hit, but then it glanced off the pitcher Olson and went right to the shortstop. 1-6-3 out. Olson replacing Jared Washburn in that last start against San Francisco when he came out with a sore knee. And then he pitched extremely well, gave up no runs to the Giants in 6 innings. Left with a 1-0 lead, but the bullpen allowed 5 in the 8th for a 5-1 loss by Seattle. Rivera with a 2-1 count.
Olson definitely making the best of his start here. He probably won't go over much more over 90 pitches, so he knows that every pitch counts. He's been getting a lot of first pitch strikes in there on Angel batters.
Don Wakamatsu wants to see him in the starting rotation to see how he will work, and he's moved Jakubauskas back to the bullpen. Said it's not permanent, but they want to see how Olson succeeds, and so far so good against San Francisco, now against the Angels. Foul.
Hey, that's 50 pitches thrown, 36 for strikes.
Good ratio and good pitch efficiency to be this deep in the ball game and only throwing 50 as he's starting the bottom of the 5th inning. He's retired 10 straight. Hit well right center field. Gutierrez near the track pulls it down for out number 1. Angel fans searching for that perfect Father's Day or graduation gift. Check out the Angels Dad and Grad Pack presented by Dave & Buster's. Starting at just $168. Choose from 4 12-game ticket plans that feature premium and promotional item games. The Dad and Grad Pack includes a $20 power card redeemable at Dave & Buster's at the Block of Orange or Irvine Spectrum Centers. Order today by calling 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com. Rob Quinlan up, struck out swinging his first time.
26 hits in his last 3 games. To see if he can capture some of that.
Quinlan lines it sharply to center, and Gutierrez will run it down.
What new?
A line out for an Angel. Tomorrow the Angels fly to Toronto, 3 with the Jays, and then to Detroit. Detroit is leading that American League Central. They started slowly this year. Now they've rebounded, and Justin Verlander, big reason why. He got the win yesterday, struck out 5. Detroit at 27 and 21. They have a 4-game lead on the Chicago White Sox. Today, Detroit shut out Baltimore 3-0, and Edwin Jackson threw a gem. How about Edwin Jackson? He's got, what is it, the 3rd lowest ERA in the American League. He was behind Jared Weaver. He may have moved past Weave. Napoli went.
Good pitch there. Yeah, it'll be tough trip, there's no doubt. But the Angels will have the three Jays going. Joe Saunders, Jared Weaver, and John Lackey against Roy Halladay, Casey Janssen, and Ricky Romero. Casey Janssen, good to see him. He's an Orange County guy.
And so is Ricky Romero. And there's Jared Weaver. He has pitched beautifully. As a matter of fact, he was honored before the ball game as the Angels pitcher of the month. A couple of complete games this month. Napoli swings, drives it high and deep. Chavez at the wall. Forget about it. Home run for Napoli, number 7.
There you go. Hit him where they ain't. Try to catch that one. Maybe that'll bring Mike Napoli back. Good stroke, solid contact. Fastball at 89 out over the plate to his liking. Checks in with his 7th homer. Trying to get the Angels on the board. Oh, it looked like a little slider. He got up under that. That natural uppercut swing he's got is a beauty. They got to get him hot again.
There's another guy the Angels need to get hot, Howard Kendrick, and he skies one in the air to right field. That is an out. The final out of the 5th. The Angels score a run on the Napoli home run. It's 6-1 Seattle. Ziak with Rex Udler, and it's time for our Infinity Fact. Brandon Wood, Sean Rodriguez having very good seasons in the minor leagues. Wood had 3 hits yesterday, and Sean Rodriguez 17 home runs. And Mike Scioscia said that the skipper down at AAA, Bobby Mitchell, said Rodriguez is just playing his tail off offensively and defensively.
Well, I talked to my good friend Tim Wallach, who's the manager for the AAA Albuquerque Dodgers. They just got through playing the Salt Lake City Bees, and Eli, we call him. I said, Eli, how they look? He goes, Hud, man, those Wood and Rodriguez, those guys are really catalyst type players. And see, this is what the Angels need. Now, if you think that Howie Kendrick, Ibar, those guys, Figgins, don't all know that these guys are tearing it up and they're coming, I mean, they know. These guys know. And you would think that'd be enough to push them. But, you know, for example, last night, Howie gets at first base, comes into pinch run late in the game, and he's smiling over there, talking to the first baseman, Russell Branyan, and you know, you just got to pick your spots, and you know that's just not good body language. There's a lot of things going on right now, and when you're playing bad, you know they're looking to do some stuff. So I think there's not one Angel out there that's really protected, especially in that middle infield. There's going to be some pressure coming.
Because this is an organization that expects to win every year, not just be in contention, but to win. And they certainly were set back by injuries earlier, but Mike Scioscia is striving for a consistency, and even he said we need to get all areas of the game played on a consistent basis before we can evaluate how good we are. I mean, there are the reasons. They only won 3 West championships, and then with Mike Scioscia, they've won 4 of the last 5 West titles, and the one year in 2002 when they went in as the wild card, they won it all. Ground ball short. Ibar gobbles it up. So Eric, a young shortstop, as he got a little handcuff there, but stayed with it.
Yeah, it was a nice play. And you know, Scioscia was quick to praise Ibar today, saying that he's taking care of a few of the defensive flaws in this game. He's swinging the bat from both sides of the plate, so he was pretty pleased with Ibar's play.
Ichiro's 2 for 3, and he hammers this one high and deep, and that ball is gone, and Ichiro is 3 for 4. He's a triple shy of the cycle.
Ervin Santana's 94th pitch, first one, was laser lined and golfed out of the yard by Ichiro. This guy's got good home run power. It's coming. That's his 5th home run this year. If you told him he could only hit home runs, he probably would hit 25. Watch this. Ooh, that's right. See how he's falling out of the box? He falls out of the box and ends up in his wheelhouse because he falls out and he has that natural ability to keep his hands back and through the zone with some authority. Really nice stroke.
Santana delivers inside the Yuniesky Betancourt. So 7 runs on 9 hits for Seattle. The Angels with 1 run on 2 hits. Line drive, base hit to the corner. Betancourt, it's batting practice against Santana the last 2 starts.
I think it's just about run its course this afternoon.
I think you're right. And Mike Scioscia will make a move right here.
He stayed with him as long as possible to help the bullpen. A little bit there, but you just seen enough.
It has been a rough homestand for the Angels. They're staring in the face of a 1-5 homestand before they head to Toronto, Detroit, and Tampa. Brought to you by Nissan. Get to the Nissan National 10 event for great deals on reliable vehicles. Look closer. Nissan delivers. By Verizon Wireless, America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you at the Big A. The Angels trailing the Seattle Mariners 7-1. Rafael Rodriguez comes out of the bullpen to try and cool off the hot M's, who have 7 runs on 10 hits. Adrian Beltre up. Beltre today is 1 for 3 with a base hit, a run driven in, and a run scored in a 2-run first. Rodriguez was recalled from Salt Lake May 24th for the second time with the Angels this year. He was optioned out on May 14th. Angels trying to get their bullpen in order. Not yet. There's a base hit to right field. They will hold the runner, Betancourt, at third base as the throw came in from Bobby Abreu. But this, I believe, is the biggest challenge for Mike Scioscia and Mike Butcher, getting this bullpen back in order, because Mike Scioscia was telling us that Mike Butcher feels there are individual issues with each pitcher in the pen, and he will address them as a group and as individuals, because some guys, he said, just need to get back into their game.
And that's just a focus. You're not going to come out with your A game every day. That's a given. But he wants more consistency.
He said our bullpen guys have been behind too many hitters. The bullpen walks are up this year. First batter efficiency. Griffey to center field. Hunter goes back, makes the catch, tagging third Betancourt. That'll make it 8-1. Because last night is a game they absolutely have to nail down, and the Angels have suffered too many of those early, like 5 games that they have not been beaten by opponents, but games that they have lost. 3-0 lead with 1 out to go and unable to nail it down. The Angels bullpen 5-12 with an ERA of 6.01. That's dead last in the major leagues. Opponents batting .295. That's the highest batting average in the American League. Fuentes blew the save, his 3rd this year, and he had been righting the ship. There's a ground ball to Quinlan. He just rolls over, touches the bag. Inning is over. But Seattle scores 2 more in the 6th to open up an 8-1 lead on the Halos. They lead 8-1. Want to see your favorite Angels play in the 2009 All-Star Game? Cast your vote at angelsbaseball.com before July 2nd and send Torrey Hunter, Sean Figgins, Mike Napoli, and the rest of your favorite Angels to St. Louis for the Midsummer Classic. Great baseball city, St. Louis, Missouri.
That should be great. Be red in St. Louis and it'll be red in 10, because that's where the All-Star Game will be, right here at the Big A next year.
Eric Ibar, the batter, and Olson delivers a strike. Olson has allowed only 2 hits, 1 run. All-Star game will be here in 2010. The Angels very proud of that. And Angel Stadium, a perfect baseball park.
That's been a much deserved All-Star game because, you know, Artie Moreno has done wonders in his 8 years now, 7 years, excuse me, as being an owner here.
So Ibar gets pumped. One thing that's been impressive about Olson is the fact that he has been pitching inside. He's got too much of the back hamstring of Eric.
Yeah, he's not afraid to come in. Sometimes that happens.
They grow him tough in Fresno.
Better believe it.
Sean Figgins, switch hitter, batting from the right side, and he punches one through the hole. Ibar rounding second, on his way to third. Throw by Ichiro. Not in time. First and third for the Angels.
Okay, just make that 37 times, and Angels gone from first to third on a single. Second most in the majors. Sean Figgins, good job. Olson now, he's been getting first pitch strikes on all these guys. Okay, so the third time around, Ichiro tries the gun. Look at it. He shoots it right over there. He's hoping to kind of come back, and so are the many, many monkeys that adorn this ballpark.
They have needed that many monkeys to come back in this one, trailing by 7 in the 6th. Angels at 500, 24 and 24, a tough homestand after they went 500 on that road trip. Struggling in Texas, but then taking 3 of 4 in Seattle and 2 of 3 at Dodger Stadium, and completely falling apart in game 1, 17-3, getting blown out by the White Sox. And now they're in danger of being swept by Seattle. A chopper up the middle. Bencourt won't reach it. Scoring his Ibar. Figgins moves to third to make it an 8-2 ball game.
Hey, this is when the Angels mount an attack. This is how they usually do it. They bunch a bunch of singles together, and they're hoping for a big bomb to kind of cut the deficit even more. Okay, at the top of it, ball has eyes on it. Two-hopper right by Betancourt. The top spin, and it hits the ground. It usually picks up a little more speed.
Bobby's first hit of the series. He was 1 for 11 prior to that. Figgins now at third. Abreu at first, good speed on, and out comes Rick Adair. It's Garrett Olson struggling for the first time. He had allowed just 2 hits prior to that, and no more than 1 in any one inning. The double by Glad in the first, and the home run by Mike Napoli in the 5th. So Adair will have his bullpen ready, and he has Miguel Batista, the veteran, up and throwing. Miguel's been a starter and a reliever in the past. Wakamatsu trying to get closer to 500. He wins this ball game. He will be even with the Angels for second place in the American League West. Oakland has improved their lead to 4-0 over Texas in the top of the 7th inning. And here's Guerrero. Has doubled and popped up. High fly ball. Right center.
He ought to be able to score on this.
Figgins tags. Here he comes. Throw by Gutierrez. Not in time. Sean came in standing up.
Well, he knows if he can get there standing up or having to slide. He watched the ball as he tagged and went like 4 or 5 steps. He took a peek back to see where the ball was. Gutierrez has a nice strong throwing arm from center field. He airmails it all the way. Figgy knew that the tag couldn't be applied. He just run right by it.
For Guerrero, that's his first RBI since coming back from the disabled list. He now has 4 this year, and Hunter the batter with Abreu at first base. 2 runs home in the 6th for the Angels. They've cut it to 5. Hunter with a bomb, and I mean, see you later. A smash to left.
Wow, all of a sudden the Halos are starting to show some life offensively. couple knocks, a couple bloops, and a blast. And all of a sudden, I think the Halos feel like they're right back in it.
They trail by 3, 8-5 on the 12th home run of the year for Torrey Hunter. 2 more RBIs. That gives him 26 for the month of May.
All right, 2 more to tie a record for 1 month. And I think Wakamatsu says, I got to stop the bleeding right here. As the Angels are all excited in their dugout there. As Walk's going to come out and make a change, it's going to be Batista. That woke up those guys in there.
He hit that one way back, way over the Del Taco sign, beyond the left field wall.
Oh, man. Ooh, man, that's not over the plate. He leaned on that baby. Pilot to Bombardier. Open up those doors.
Runs. They needed a giant rally monkey, and he's finally showed up.
That's right. You gotta like that. And Torrey Hunter liked that pitch. Olsen threw him out over the plate. Got his hands extended quickly. All of a sudden, the Angels have dropped the 4 spot in the 6th inning. Wakamatsu going to the pin. Look at that monkey. That's a big monkey. It's even waving. How did they get that to do that? Oh, there's somebody behind it. Man, look at that thing.
Miguel Batista coming out of the bullpen, a 38-year-old right-handed veteran from Dominican Republic. This is his 12th year in the major leagues. He's been a starter and reliever. Good guy to have in that pen. Great leadership qualities. He will face Juan Rivera. Strike 1. Rivera has grounded out and flied out. 0 for 2.
Batista, he's given up a batting average to left-handers at .277, right-handers .280. So he could be hit.
And he is, with a shot to the wall by Juan Rivera. A double with just 1 out in the 6th inning. So the Angels creeping back in this ball game with a big 6th inning. Don Wakamatsu has Batista in there because he's pitched well. He's only allowed runs in 1 of his last 9 appearances. And it's 2 and 1 in that time.
Kenyon Morales now going to step in for Quinlan. He's hoping to keep that train rolling. Morales is 0 for 2 off the bench this year for Scioscia. He's looking to give him a lift right here with a good level swing. He's got pop from both sides. He's only shown it from the left side, though, statistically.
Kendry has been the Angels' tough luck hitter this week. He has hit a lot of line shots at defenders, both against the White Sox and the Mariners. Ball 1 outside. Kendry had a 2-homer game in Seattle about a week and a half ago. One went to center field about 415 feet from home plate, and the other over to right center. Outside, 2-0. Batista will be a little bit wild. He has walked 16 in just 25 innings. All of his home runs have come from this side of the plate. Even though Kendry told me his power really is from the right side. That was his original stroke when he started as a youngster in Cuba. And then his father turned him into a switch hitter. And his father passed away when Kendry was only 8 years old. And then his coach became a gentleman by the name of Luis Suarez. Outside corner, 3-1.
It's going to make him come back in there again. Staying away from Morales. He knows he's got good power in. Every one of Batista's pitches has gone away. Napoli waiting.
Popped up. Ichiro calls off Lopez. Catch is made. Rivera stays put at second base. Seattle's been winning recently because of their pitching, and their bullpen has been outstanding, and the Angels must take on that pen now. The recent success for Don Wakamatsu, his team coming into this ball game had a 2.38 earned run average their last 10 games. That's the lowest ERA in the major leagues. Their hitting has stayed about the same. They have struggled to score runs, but their pitching has been so good. Napoli stepping up, homered his last time up against Olson, and he swings and skies one to the right side. Ichiro, plenty of time to get there. A big sixth inning for the Angels as they score 4 runs. Torrey Hunter belts his 12th, and the Angels back in the ball game. Angels gap to 3 runs, 8-5. They trailed Seattle. How about a little old school from Ron Renicky?
Well, he comes out, you know, he's helping out. This guy wears a lot of hats. He was a third base coach for Scioscia's first 4 or 5 years, and he went to the bench coach. Now he's left-handed, but he's using Napoli's glove, a right-handed catcher's glove, and no problem. No mask, you know, no protection. Now he's telling Bill Miller, the home plate umpire, the kind of skills he's got.
You think that's what the conversation was about?
No.
Kendry Morales stays in the ball game after pinch hitting for Rob Quinlan to play first base. We head to the 7th inning. Jose Lopez, Guillermo Quiroz, and then Endy Chavez.
Okay, Rodriguez's job, do just that. Get right in that zone, stay in there, and to retire these guys 1, 2, 3, keep the momentum. Don't let these guys get any little rally going, getting another run or two. That deflates the Angels' momentum some.
Lopez, right center. Abreu over, up against the wall. Bobby gets it in. It's a leadoff double for Lopez, and Seattle just peppering the Angels. They now have 12 hits.
And that's his third hit of the afternoon. And that ball is just not going to get caught. It split right between Hunter and Abreu and deep and bounces on the warning track. So anybody out there saying, oh, that ball should have been caught, that's too far to run.
Mike Scioscia is making the visit and has already made the move to Jason Bolger in the Angels' pen. So a pitching change here in Anaheim with the Halos trailing by 3-8-5. Rodriguez out, Bolger in. We'll be right back. The lead over the Angels. Steve Physioc with Rex Hudler. Angel fans looking for something unique this Father's Day? Well, how do Angel tickets and an opportunity to play catch with your dad on the field sound? All you have to do to enter the ultimate Father's Day experience at Angel Stadium, courtesy of Stanley Works, official tools of Angels baseball. Enter at Ganal Lumber Stores by June 12th. No purchase is necessary. We're at the Big A on a comfortable Sunday afternoon. 8,000 Little Leaguers paraded in today, and they hope to see the Angels come from behind to win this one over the M's. Guillermo Quiroz is the batter, and the new pitcher is Jason Bolger.
All right.
Pitched well lately.
He sure has, Fizz, and he needs to keep doing that right here. Go after him. Good bunt.
Morales will take care of Quiroz. He is out. Sacrifice executed.
That's a good touch there, especially on a hard fastball. That's not easy to do. Good job of deadening it, setting it right there.
And it moves Lopez to third base where a fly ball or ground ball can score. The Angels will bring their infield in. Jason Bolger, 9 of his last 10 outings have been scoreless. He's allowed just 1 run in 10 innings to lower his ERA to 5.4. If you picked up the Orange County Register today, you saw a good article written by Bill Plunkett about Jason and his improvement. Blows that fastball by at 91 miles an hour, and he can reach 95. Mike Scioscia has said his stuff is electric. He has as good a fastball breaking ball combination as anybody coming out of the bullpen, but the command has always been an issue in his past.
Well, lately it hasn't been. He wants to get the curveball over. You mentioned it. He's a 2-pitch guy. He has mixed in a changeup, though. I've seen once or twice. Infield in. Tough out here.
Andy Chavez takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chavez in this ball game has homered, grounded out, driving in a run, and also grounding out to short. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. 1-1. They throw to third. Back in time is Lopez.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good try. Keep him honest at third base. Because Indy, he's kind of a slap type of hitter. He could top one. And might be a play at the plate. And Lopez, the fact that Napoli threw down there is going to make him a little bit, hopefully, not get as good a jump anyway.
Chavez swings and misses.
He had him way out front. Good off-speed pitch.
See, another changeup.
That's the change he's been bringing in.
We didn't see that last year.
Nope, it's a good look. He's evolving. He's making some adjustments himself.
Got him to pop it up to the left side. In comes Juan Rivera charging to make a basket catch. No advance by Lopez. Quality work by Bolger in this 7th inning after the double against Rafael Rodriguez. Gets the sacrifice, and now the pop-up by Chavez.
Great, no chance. Juan Rivera had to come a long way for that one. As the infield was in, that was a tough play for Ibar to have made. Nice basket catch by Juan, and he's there to record the second out and try to help Bolger get out of further damage here.
So now the infield will back up as Franklin Gutierrez comes up with 2 outs. Gutierrez 0 for 3. Seattle with 8 runs on 12 hits. The Angels with 5 runs on 6. Low. 1 ball, no strikes. Gutierrez with a good month, came in hitting .301 this month of May. Struggled at the start of 2009. Outside 2-0. Angels got that momentum with a 4-run 6. They want to keep it by denying Seattle from scoring here in the 7th. Big shot by Torrey Hunter, his 12th of the year, a mammoth blast deep to left. Three and 0. We would prefer to face Gutierrez rather than the man in the on deck circle, Ichiro Suzuki, a left-handed batter who has 3 hits in the ball game, a triple shy of the cycle. They'd rather have him lead off the 8th.
That's right.
3-1.
Stay on the corner.
Mike Butcher always talks about controlling counts, not falling behind. Bolger trying to climb back in the count after falling behind 3-0. Hit sharply, but Figgins has it. His throw in time. Nice job by Jason Bolger. A shutout 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th inning, but the Angels have shown an opportunity and an ability to get better as the game progresses.
That's right. They're making adjustments, and we have the numbers to prove it. The first time through the order, okay, they've been a little bit shy the first time and second time even, but the third time they've been coming through. They're getting some more hits, but you know, if they want to improve that, they want to put the pressure on the opposing pitcher right away. Okay, it's good to make some adjustments, but how about those first 2 innings? That's when they've got to attack the team, their opponents. That's important. And you know, last inning, man, the bats were waking up. If you could hear the pop of that bat, Figgins got him a nice base hit. Abreu chopped one through the middle of the infield. Okay, couple bloops, and there's the blast. Okay, the boots and the glass are what they're missing. Instant runs. Juan Rivera comes up. Nice double down the line. This is what they're talking about, a little bit of production going on here. So the Angels are coming alive. They want to keep the momentum going if at all possible.
And they'd love to start things well with Howard Kendrick. He is 0 for 2 and batting under 200 in the month of May. Love to give the Angels a start here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hitters 8, 9, and 1. All 3 guys have speed. Kendrick, Ibar, and then Sean Figgins. The Rally Monkeys have been out since the 3rd inning when the Angels went down 6-0. Angels scored a run in the 5th, but the Mariners came back with 2 in the 6th, and the Angels put 4 in the bottom of the 6th inning, knocking out Garrett Olson. Now they'll try and come back against Miguel Batista. Strike 1. Kendrick fouls it out of play, and he is down in the count 0-2, and he kind of walked out of the batter's box as if to say, man, another 0-2 count. Well, he'll have to fight back in the count, but he's been missing his pitch. I think probably by hopefully very, very soon, he'll start squaring up those baseballs. He's a marvelous athlete with great hand-eye coordination. It just has been getting underneath the baseball and either flying out or fouling pitches off that he usually drives.
Right, he doesn't look the same as he did the previous years. I think, you know, the league's catching up to him a little bit. They're taking advantage of his aggressiveness, and they're getting him pitches out of the zone. But it's up to him to make the corrections by laying off these pitches, drawing a few more walks, and squaring up a few more baseballs, and with that comes the confidence.
To third, Beltre has it. Wings it across the diamond, out number 1. Eric Ibar's been on. He was hit by a pitch and started the rally in the 6th inning. Coming around to score on the base hit by Bobby Abreu. Olson tried to come inside on him and hit him in the back of the leg. He went to third base on Sean Figgins' base hit to right field, and then scored on Bobby Abreu's chopper up the middle. Fouled off, and he came inside. Looked like he cut it a little bit. And he has Ibar down in the count, 0-2.
If you look at the pitches that Miguel Batista throws, it's amazing. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, split finger. He's got 5 pitches, okay, and he's talented with all of them. He could throw them, but as a reliever, he doesn't really need to because he's not seeing as many guys. But Fizz, he's very effective. He's smart. He's a veteran. He's going to be able to work some of those pitches out of the zone and around the zone until he has to come in. And when he does come in, the Angels want to greet him. And I got a few innings left here before they go on a monster road trip. They want to get a W. They got to attack right now, these next few innings.
As a starting pitcher, he'd use all those pitches. As a reliever, will he cut it down?
Yes, he will. He's nibbling, though. He's nibbling. The Angels can't sit on anything because all those pitches he might throw at any time.
Fans, if you're traveling and can't watch your Angels on Fox Sports West or KCOP, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. New 2009 MLB.tv premium features include HD quality where available and the ability to pause, fast forward, and rewind live games. For more details, visit angelsbaseball.com, where baseball is always on. Angels will have a tough time coming back on this bullpen because they have been terrific this year. They have the second lowest ERA in the American League at 3.66, and it was a bullpen talking with their people that did not pitch well in spring training. But they have 4 guys who throw over 95 miles an hour. Bautista used to, as the ball comes inside. Fouled off by Sean, 1-1. But with David Arzma, Sean Kelly, Mark Lowe, and Brandon Moore, you have 4 guys who have 95 ability and beyond. Kelly right now on the DL. Check swing in there, 1-2.
So everything Miguel's throwing is off speed right now. Says, I'm not going to give these guys heaters like they've been hitting that last inning.
A show me fastball that barely misses outside.
Watch this. There's some late action there, and the catcher didn't even get a glove on it. That's Curios. Didn't even get a glove on it. Hit his shin guard. That's called late movement there.
I was not watching the monitor. I was watching the plate, so I'm shielded by the home plate umpire and the catcher, and I thought Figgins had fouled it off. So I beg your pardon.
That was his split finger that moved down like that. Guillermo probably hasn't caught a lot of Bautista to know that. There's another splitty there. He's got good pitches that sink down in the zone. He cuts them in. He's got the 2-seam runner away. Make it difficult for the Angels to square one up.
Figgins fouls it off of the catcher. It stays 3-2. Texas has scored a couple. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Oakland still leading by a pair, 4-2. Next pitch will be the 8th from Bautista to Sean Figgins. There's a flare to right field. It'll drop in front of Suzuki. So the Angels with a little 2-out rally going in the 7th inning. Sean reaches. He is 2 for 4 in the game.
Yep. Ichiro not catching that one. That bat died a hero. Broken set it right up in front of Ichiro Suzuki. Now we'll see if Figgins steals a base or not here. 3 runs down in the 7th. Bautista might take a little bit of time getting the ball home. Figgins could try to rip off the bag.
The Angels have their speed guys early in this inning. Kendrick Ibar made outs. Figgins now reaches on the base hit. Now the sluggers coming up, and Abreu and Guerrero and Hunter. The Angels hope to get all 3 up in this 7th inning. 8 runs on 12 hits for Seattle. 5 on 7 for the Angels. Oilers trying to avoid a sweep by the Mariners at the Big A. Angels had dominated this series through the years. They still have won 40 of the last 60 games the two teams have played. But after winning 14 of the 19 last year, Seattle has won 7 of the 12 so far this year and leads this afternoon 8-5. Abreu takes strike 1.
Tell you, Bobby would like to pop one out. Now, he hit his home run on this homestand early. Got that goose egg off the board. But they would like to see some more home run production out of him on a consistent basis.
So he has that ability, averaging more than 20 per season. Figgins goes, pitch is taken, throw by Quiroz, not in time. Stolen base number 20 this year for Figgins.
Okay, Abreu took the pitch, and that's what a good second place hitter in the order needs to be able to do. To allow Figgins to steal a base. Okay, he got a good jump. That's easy. He's going to take that pitch. It was called a strike, but when you're a good 2-strike hitter like Abreu, that's no problem. He says, I'll take one for you, get you in scoring position, and I'll take a shot at getting you home. He likes to foul things off that are close until he gets a cookie. Let's see how this one goes.
Fouls it out of play.
Right, anything borderline is what he'll do. He'll go to work now. This is a technician batter here, a guy who's been doing it a long time and one of the best in his business. And you know, Sean Figgins studied tapes on Bobby Abreu in the offseason, even Kevin Youkilis. Also, some other guys with high on-base percentages throughout the league, because that's what Figgy wanted to do.
Hammered to right field. Back goes Ichiro. Off the wall. Figgins scores. Abreu is held to just one base.
All right, now see, he waited. He fouled that previous pitch off, and he waited for a better one, and he got it. He didn't quite barrel it. He had hit it off the end of the bat, but certainly strong enough to have hit that out today, but it went way up high on the wall. Okay, there's the mistake, and there's the one run driven in, and the fact that he was patient enough to let Figgins steal, no big deal. I can hit with 2 strikes.
Now the pitching change here at the Big A as Don Wakamatsu had Sean White warming up in the Seattle pen. Now he will go to him. Batista knocked out after he got the first 2 batters out, excuse me. Figgins singles, steals second, and Abreu knocks him in with a long shot off the right field wall. It's an 8-6 ball game as the Angels have scored 5 on 8. Five unanswered runs, and they brought the tying run to the plate here in the 7th inning. 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th so far. Santana really roughed up early. His last 2 starts have not been good. Hunter has gone deep, so has Mike Napoli, and the rally monkey wants more home runs. And why not now? Vlad Guerrero up, Abreu at first base. The pitcher is Sean White, and he has been terrific since being recalled from the minor leagues on April 16th.
Yep.
It's a 1.85 ERA.
He's good. Hard fastballs, a little bit of a slider. Put both pitches above average.
No runs allowed his last 9 outings.
Big
Good
Daddy.
sinking fastball.
Excuse me, Fizz. I don't mean to step on you there.
Strike.
Big Daddy hasn't homered since April 18th against Boston. He's due. That would tie him up, make it a new game with Torrey Hunter to follow.
Takes a rip, and the ball gets all the way to the backstop, moving Abreu into scoring position. Vlad took a rip at a pitch in the dirt. Now, he's a good low ball hitter, but I've never seen him golf.
Well,
I can't tell if this is a golf swing or a baseball swing.
Well, it was a baseball swing since we're at the Big A. And I don't think White's going to give him anything hard down the middle. But I don't know. That's one of his premium pitches. If you're going to get beat on a pitch, the pitcher usually likes to throw his best pitch anyway.
Guerrero's got to force him to throw one a little closer to the zone, though. And that one he throws in the dirt to see if Vlad would chase it, and he didn't. He checked He checks his swing.
Well, 1 and 2. Can you blame him? If a guy swings at one like that, they're going to throw it again. That was my problem, Fizz, when I played ball, except I was nowhere in the class of Vladdy as a hitter, but so I had no chance of hitting those. But it's tough. You're committing, you're geared up, you want to hit one.
Chopper foul. Beltre has been protecting that third base line. Ranyan covering the line at first base. A single, though, will get Abreu home. Outfielders all deep. He chases a bad ball in the dirt. DeRose will throw him out. Inning is over. And Vlad Guerrero strikes out, but the Angels score one more in the 7th to move within 2 of Seattle. Those are my 2 nieces, Alexis Nagel and Kristen Nagel.
No way.
And her husband, Ryan Engel. Kristen's husband, Ryan, he is from the Seattle area, but he's a transferred Angel fan now.
Those folks are related to you?
You betcha.
Way to go.
Good people.
Keep this guy off the base. He's hot.
Ichiro, the batter, is a triple away from the cycle, and Mariners who have hit for the cycle, Jay Buhner, Alex Rodriguez, John Olerud, and Adrian Beltre did it last year.
He's got the speed to do it, but I just don't know. He's got to have to place it. You don't see a lot of triples here in this ballpark. You see him down the right field line, but they'll hug that line down there, and they'll go around that fence. Okay, the outfield, you're not going to get any there. Okay, none in the gap there. You possibly could hear a high shot off the wall. Okay, something off the wall where it kicks off, but not too many triples are hit in this ballpark.
And Bolger saying, not on my watch. He wants to keep it close with the Angels coming back. At one time, the Halos trailed 8-1. They've made it an 8-6 ball game here to start the 8th inning. That ball is smacked down the line. It kicks around. Abreu is going to hold Ichiro to a double. That's his 4th hit of the ball game.
Well,
and he has been flat amazing. He should have gone for it and gotten thrown out at third.
Nah, because you know what? He in the past, he's such a quiet guy. He's been misunderstood by his teammates as being a selfish player. But he's not. All he does is go out and put up numbers. Now, if this ball hugs that corner a little bit better, he might have had a shot to go to third base.
That's where you wanted it to kick around and maybe hug that.
Right.
Now Bolger's got to go do some serious pitching, and Betancourt likely will sacrifice. He does, and Jason's only play first base. Ooh, they just barely record the out as you had two guys, Morales and Kendrick, covering first base.
Okay, a little bit of communication will solve that. Hey, you got to be able to know who's on the base. Howie Kendrick coming over has got to see that Kendrick went back. Okay, or Kendrick, usually the first baseman, will wave the second baseman off. Okay, Morales is going back to the base. Then Morales, he kind of went left, then he went back. I don't think he saw Howie Kendrick there, but anyway, they got the out.
Yeah, once you take the exit ramp, it's better to stay on the exit ramp and to drive over the grass back onto the interstate. Angels bringing their infield in with Beltre at the plate. He has really heated up, 2 for 4 in this game and batting over .350 recently after a real rough stretch. Tough out here.
Now, that wouldn't have been pretty. And that ball gotten by them and the run scored. So they dodged a bullet there.
In there, 1-1. Breaking ball thrown by Jason Bolger, hitting the outside corner. The Angels with Figgins at third, Ibar edge of the grass at short. Kendrick the same at second base, and Morales off the bag by about 15 feet off the first base bag line. 2-1.
Bolger'd like a strikeout here. Try to strand Ichiro. Beltre's been hitting the ball hard to the center field area. That's where Torrey Hunter's playing him. Right center field. If he can get one up there, that would give them another run on a sac fly.
Out of play. Lights back in the count at 2-2, and Bolger is a strikeout pitcher. Averages 1 per inning. He's pitched so well recently. Gave up a leadoff double to Suzuki. Betancourt sacrificed him to third as Seattle trying to pull back to a 3-run lead. Taps one. Ibar's coming home. They got him. Heck of a play by Eric Ibar to get the speedy Ichiro at home plate.
Forget about the strikeout. They'll take the nice defensive play. Ibar has the ability to make throws off balance. I knew he was coming home, even though that ball took him into the hole at shortstop. But he got his feet underneath him and made a perfect strike on the right side of home plate. One on the third base line, so the catcher doesn't have to do a whole lot. Napoli put his leg out there. Ichiro was a dead Mariner.
2 outs now in the 8th inning. Bolger wants to keep Beltre close. Stole a base back in the first inning. Ken Griffey Jr. the batter. Ken has walked and scored, also hit a sacrifice fly that knocked in a run, but he is just 0 for his last 22.
I would doubt that Beltre would go in this situation because Junior, they don't want to take a chance on him getting thrown out because Junior could put 2 up with 1 swing.
Ken with 5 home runs this year.
With 2 outs, and Beltre goes and they throw him out. Now Junior's leading off. What good is he as a leadoff hitter at this time in his career? At one particular time, he was awesome because he could fly, he could do it all. Now he's a run producer, mainly.
Hit well towards right field. Abreu over. He will not reach this one. It bangs against the wall. Bobby gets it in quickly to Kendrick. They're going to send Beltre to the plate, and Beltre is out. 2 Mariners thrown out at the plate in the 8th inning.
Oh man, Jeter Hines, Bruce Hines at third base coach. He bit off a little more than he could chew on that one. There's a ball kicked right off the wall to Ibar. Excuse me, to Abreu. Good throws.
rare that you see a couple of doubles and not a run scores, but Bobby Abreu threw a man out at the plate with an assist to Howie Kendrick, who then threw home and got Beltre by plenty.
I would say Bruce Hines, he was way down that line towards home plate. He took a chance, but see, the ball kicked right back to Bobby to Howie, and perfect throw. When that happens, you got to have a really speedy runner to score.
Sean White continues his success, but falls behind 2-0 here. He's not allowed a run since May 12th. Several Mariner personnel said we didn't think we had this kind of bullpen, but they have been terrific with a 3.66 ERA. So the Angels are going to have to get to them here. Ground ball, second base. Lopez throws out Torrey Hunter, one down.
No, it's just that White's got such an explosive fastball. He's going to sink it and comes in to the right-handed batters. That's the one Torrey tried to hit there. Curveball, slider, and a changeup. So he's got 4 effective pitches. He may only use a couple of those, but having given up a run since what'd you say, May 12th?
Yeah.
Wow. This
is his 10th game since May 12th.
Phew, he's doing his job.
But going back to spring training, we saw the Seattle team, and their bullpen did not pitch well, but that's spring training. There's a chopper to third, and it's off the top of the glove of Beltre, so the Angels will bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th.
All right, now he got that hit back. Earlier in the game, he hit one off the pitcher's glove, and it glanced to the shortstop, and that would have been a base hit, but they threw him out. Now that one there is a high chopper, and Beltre just couldn't quite glove it in the tip of his glove. Juan, he'll take that infield hit. Or actually, it went to the outfield, so technically it's not an infield hit, but that's a high chopper that worked.
9th hit of the ball game for the Angels. They trail 8-6. Here's Morales. He's 0 for 1, popped out to right field, pinch hitting for Rob Quinlan in the 6th. Angels sent 8 men to the plate in the 6th inning and scored 4 runs. At one time, the Halos were down 8-1. Seattle scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third off Irvin Santana. Outside and high. Oakland still leading Texas, but just by 1, 5-4 in the 9th. Mark Lowe warming up for the Seattle bullpen, and Rick Adair will come out after the kid has fallen behind 2-0. Sean White played his college baseball at the University of Washington, and he's headed downtown and watch the Mariners play. Just a reminder, fans, it's about that show house. He's a junkie, he's conceited, and he's, as this copy says, a total jerk. Problem is, he's your doctor. Get ready for a double shot of House tonight starting at 8 on My 13. I don't care what his personality is. If he can get the job done, you go get healed by House.
Well, he must be doing something right. He's on TV.
There you go. Morales fouls it out of play left side. It's like that old commercial. I'm not a doctor, I just play one on TV, and then he gives you advice about the medical profession.
Well, I don't think Morales is a doctor, but he can be a hit doctor, and he can be a star by tying it up with one swing here. High cheese, didn't want it. Napoli on deck. Angels running out of time.
The pitcher falling behind in the count. Morales with the ability to drive one. The 3-1. Swings and misses, 3-2. He stayed away from his power zone.
Sure did. That's a good little two-seamer that went away. Took a little bit off of it, because he has the ability to throw in the mid-90s. When you can add and subtract with that fastball, that gives hitters headaches. Still good hitters count.
Line shot towards left, but Chavez had him played perfectly and records the out, the second of the 8th inning. has good opposite field power. That ball kind of twisted back towards the left fielder.
Yep, hit it good. Outfielders are playing pretty deep now.
Mike Napoli went deep in the 5th inning, perhaps right now to tie the game. Mike now with 7 home runs, 1 for 3 this afternoon. 8-6 ball game. Angels trailing by a pair. Strike 1.
Back in the 5th inning, Napoli. Wow, he unloaded. And it's about time he's in a little spell where he had just been 1 for 23. Maybe that'll get him going.
Just low. A ball, a strike to Mike. Angels scored 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th to get back in the ball game. Now they want to keep that constant pressure on Seattle. Mariners bullpen has been one of the top pens in the American League this year. Fouled back. They've gone to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Texas down by just 1. Oakland had a 4-0 lead, and now they're up by 5-4.
A lot of crooked numbers on that box score, that line score there. That's actually called a line score. Box score is what you read in the paper the next day. Good rip on that breaking ball. Napoli with good opposite field power. Likes to stay inside the ball. Sometimes when you hit a homer, it brings back the hit memories. And you're going, okay, I'm going to get back on that hit beam again.
Rivera dives back to the bag. It's a final now. Oakland did beat Texas 5-4, the final score. So the Angels have an opportunity, if they can come back in this one, to cut Texas's lead to 4.5 in the American League West. White was able to get Hunter out on a ground ball. Rivera got the infield single that clipped off the glove of Beltre, and then the line out by Morales. The 2-2. Napoli swings and skies it foul into the upper deck.
Trying to get those hands extended, those arms extended. Get it out there for that pop. That's our view. And it's a beautiful view, especially when the fans are in the seats here at the Big A, which they are second in the American League in home attendance. Great to see all the people come out here and have a good time, especially on a family Sunday. Great time to bring the kids, man.
38,632 here today, and 8,000 of them Little Leaguers.
I want to see a halo comeback. And that rally monkey strapped to that youngster's head there.
Rivera at first base, 2 out. The pitch swung on, sky to the right side. Branyan in foul territory. Over comes Lopez, and the 2 collide, and Napoli will have another chance. It would have been the final out of the 8th inning.
Ooh, and when that happens, sometimes that hitter gets one more chance on a ball that should have been caught, and it could be tied up. You never know. But Branyan, he struggles over here at first base. Lopez should have been calling him off. Hit off of Lopez's chest, but there's no word from Lopez. You have got to call that first baseman off on that play, especially if you're there. Lopez was there. Got to talk out there. Now, if they get the out, that goes pretty much unnoticed, maybe unmentioned, probably doubtful. I'm sure Wakamatsu, he's a guy who pays attention to detail. But if Napoli does something here big, it will be brought up for sure.
Let's see what Napoli does with his second chance. He swings and misses and strikes out. The Angels' threat turned back in the 8th inning. It remains Seattle 8, the Angels 6. Brought to you by Infinity. Luxury cars that inspire at every turn. Steve Physiok, Rex Hudler with you at the Big A. Angels trying to come back on Seattle, trailing 8-6. Justin Spire wants to keep it right here and send the Angels offense out to the bottom of the ninth inning, down by just a pair with Kendrick, Ibar, and Figgins coming up. Angel fans, hey, we told you 8,000 little leaguers here today, mainly from that Saddleback area. The young man says Halo's still #1, but they came in #2, second in the American League West. Texas did lose to Oakland today, 5-4. Spire to face left-hander Branyan, and then a couple of right-handers in Lopez and Quiroz. Branyan having a very good series against the Angels. He has 5 hits, 5 for 10.
Spire going to try to keep the ball down here, especially out of the middle. He's got a little slider that comes in and a split finger that goes down for his out pitch.
That guy's had a solid swing every single time up.
He's Paul Bunyan Branyan. Spire's had his number.
Just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Branyan hitting .390 against the Angels this year, including 3 home runs. He has tremendous power. That's indicated how strong his ability to chop down trees and turn those trees into wooden bats that he swings and knocks baseballs out of the yard.
For those of you youngsters that have never heard about Paul Bunyan, how about his Ox Babe? It's a fairy tale. And this guy was big and he was in the jungle. And he lived there with his oxen. He was strong. And they called him Paul Bunyan. Big guy.
Blue ox. I wonder how the ox got blue. Never understood that. Most ox I know come in the color brown, gray, or white. 3-1 pitch. Outside. He walks him. So the leadoff man is on in the top of the 9th inning. Mike Scioscia was talking about the struggles of the bullpen, and he said part of the problem is first batter efficiency, and a walk to the leadoff batter is not doing that, and falling behind so many hitters. The guys need to get into their game. Spire's game has always been first pitch strikes, early count outs. He needs to get ahead. There's a chopper to Justin. Bare hands, throws for 1, first base no, but they get the lead man, and a fine defensive play by Justin. Barehanded, he's able to erase Branyan at second.
Gallant effort. Athletic play. Do or die, basically. If that ball hits off his palm, there's a problem. But look at the focus, good concentration. Sometimes those throws sail in the outfield, but not that time. Good job. Get that force runner. Lopez runs pretty well. Nice play.
Now Spire wants to keep that ball down right around the knees, get Quiroz to roll it over, maybe get 2 outs on 1 pitch. Inside ball 1. Angels off for Toronto after today. They fly to Toronto to play a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series. Saunders, Weaver, and Lackey for the Angels. Halladay, Jansen, and Romero for the Jays. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels also having Kelvin Escobar go tomorrow at Salt Lake. And Mike Scioscia says he'll wait to see how Kelvin comes out of that start to decide where he folds him into the rotation. That's why he's not announced his rotation for the Detroit series following Toronto. Quiroz fouls it off. They were sending the runner on the hit and run.
Keep him out of the double play. Sending that runner.
One, 2. Swing and a miss. Quiroz strikes out.
A nice comeback batter there. Good sliders on the outside part of the plate. Doesn't have to have a big break to it, just enough for it to disappear where the hitter thought it was going to be.
Spires had a very good season against right-handed batters. They're only batting 178. It's the lefties that have hurt him. They're batting 367 up, Justin, and you've got a lefty up now in Andy Chavez, who's driven in a couple of runs today with a home run and a ground out. Strike one. Why such a dramatic change? 200-point difference.
And what?
In the left-handers batting 367, right-handers 178.
Because the ball coming into the lefty, if it's not located properly, gets whacked like that. Now that was a good spot there, but Spire has been a little bit in at times, too much on lefties and out over the plate. His location's got to be prime, and he's not overpowering. So anything that kind of floats in that middle half, that lefty's going to really thrive off of. If you ask me, I think he should use more of his split finger. That's a good pitch, and he can throw it for strikes. It's kind of his equalizer.
Goes with the fastball, hit to Ibar, long throw, not in time. Infield hit for Chavez, so runners on first and second for a right-handed batter in Franklin Gutierrez.
Great play. Lesser runner, he gets it. Nothing wrong with that attempt.
2 on, 2 out. Ninth inning. Angels need to keep it right here. They're within 2. They're in a situation where they can bring one man to the bases in the bottom half of the ninth inning. They'll bring the tying run to the plate. We saw Seattle hit a 3-run home run last night to roar back from a 3-0 deficit to beat the Angels. Maybe it's the Angels trying to turn the tables on Seattle. A strike to Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, he wasn't ready to hit then. He was taking a pitch. Napoli wanted the pitch on the outside part of the plate. It drifted back over the middle, and that was a pitch that he could have turned on. Runners in scoring position, you got to be ready to drive in runs. First pitch usually the best.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gutierrez just 24 years of age, from Venezuela, acquired from Cleveland last year. There's that fastball right by him, 1 and 2.
Good velocity there. Put a little extra on that one. See if you got a little bit of hair on there, you can get it by a hitter.
Seattle wanted this guy in the offseason because of his outstanding defensive work in a big ballpark at Safeco. Now they want him to come through in the clutch offensively. The 1-2 just outside.
After you throw a couple of those breaking balls, little sliders out, maybe he can incorporate that tumbler right here. Let's see if he throws that split finger grip that he always holds in his hand.
Popped him up. Playable for Juan Rivera. Bottom 9 we go. The Angels need 2 to tie. Coming up, Kendrick, Ibar, Figgins. David Arsma coming out of that Seattle pen. 6th inning when the Angels scored 4 times. They would score another in the 7th, but the rally snuffed out in the 8th inning. And David Arzma will try and do the same for Seattle here in the bottom of the 9th inning. This is already his 25th game work this year, has a sparkling 109 earned run average, and he will face Meiser Turvis to pinch hit for Howie Kendrick. And the reason here is Arzman has been absolute death against right-handers. Righties hitting 128 against him, 6 for 47. So it's Turris, then Ibar, then Sean Figgins. All 3 are switch hitters who will be batting from the left side. If anybody gets on, Abreu to follow, another lefty.
Okay, hard fastballs from this guy. He's got a little slider and a split finger.
When you've allowed 13 hits in 24 2/3 innings, lefties aren't hitting you much better. They're at 184, and there is a ball, 1 strike.
Base runners. Meiser 1 for 2 off the bench for Scioscia this year with a ribby.
2 balls and 1 strike. The Angels are 11-16 in games decided by 2 runs or less. Last year they had the best record in the majors, 61-28. Foul back, 2-2.
Good to see him take a rip there. Now he's in the game. Coming off the bench is the toughest job in baseball. Cold sitting there, get the call, and especially when you come in the 9th inning facing the opposer's closer. That's a tough AB. But he swung, now he's in. He's gauged his swing.
Count is full, 3-2. Arzma will walk a few. He's walked 14 this year, and that has been his only challenge. And what's cost him getting to the big league so slowly. He's 27 years old, now in his 3rd year in the bigs. Meiser taps it foul. Another good job of just getting rid of the tough pitch that was too tough to handle.
It's that high pitch that's the tough one at that speed.
The 3-2 outside, ball 4, so a good start for the Angels in the bottom of the 9th. The Angels will bring the tying run to the plate in Eric Ibar.
First time the sun has come through in 3 days now. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe the Halos can find a little magic here with their last 3 outs.
Maybe that sun is shining on the Halos as Eric Ibar will try and start the dramatics. Is Turris at first base. Arzma's pitch taken for strike 1. Seattle scored 6 runs off Irvin Santana in the first 3 innings and opened up an 8-1 lead before the Halos came back to score 5 unanswered runs. Popped him up left side. Endy Chavez, 1 out. Angels have had a tough time on this homestand. They came in scoring just 13 runs in 5 games. They have 6 tonight on 9 hits. Figgins has singled his last 2 times up, both times to right field. And Jose Lopez wants to call timeout so he can get his sunglasses. Same will be true of Yuniesky Betancourt.
Okay, first time the Suns popped through, and it kind of caught the Mariners defense off guard. You got to have the glasses. Don't want to drop a ball out there without the sunglasses on. It tells your manager you're not prepared. So when in doubt, call timeout. Go get you some shades. Don't you dare do that and drop a ball and not have the glasses on or have them on top of your hat. Walk's got his glasses on. You better have yours on.
1 out, 1 on. Figgins at the plate looking for his first home run of the year. Up high, ball 1. Torres walked on a 3-2 pitch. Ibar popped up. Neisser trying to measure his lead. Higgins takes it high. The count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. The only problem with Archman in the past has been his brief bouts of wildness. Bobby Abreu is waiting in the on-deck circle, and Bobby has base hits his last 2 time-ups, and the last time up he roped one off the wall. Foul back. Oh, Sean had a good swing. In the American League today, the Yankees lost to Cleveland 5-4. Boston over Toronto 8-2. Detroit shut out Baltimore 3-0. Edwin Jackson got the shutout there. Minnesota beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Here it's 8-6 Seattle.
Figgy had a home run swing that last pass.
Sure did. Outside 3-1. If they get past Bobby Abreu, that man is looming.
He's in the hole.
Torrey Hunter right behind. Walked him. 2 on. 1 out for Bobby Abreu. And the Angels' only win on this homestand, Abreu was the hitting star. He drove in 2 of the 3 Angel runs in a 3-1 victory and erased a 1-0 deficit. Ripping a double to drive in 2. Out comes Rick Adair to visit with his pitcher David Archman, who's gone back-to-back games against the Angels trying to close him out.
This is kind of giving Archman a breather here.
Archman got the save in the 10th inning last night and pitched the 9th inning on Friday. This is the first time he has faced Bobby Abreu in this series. Bobby chopped one up the middle to drive in a run in the 4-run 6th inning. Then in the 7th, launched a shot off of the right field wall. Looked like he might get 2 bases out of it, but stayed at first base because Ichiro got to the ball so quickly and threw it in. But both times he drove in runs. Good speed on. Ball 1.
Big hit's going to dent the confidence of Archman. Abreu, he's not one to give his at-bats away, so this is going to be a tough one for him.
Out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike. He has 1 base hit off David in his past. Bobby with very good power despite the fact that he has just 1 home run this year.
So you're saying 6 plus 3 is a walk-off homer?
You betcha. Outside 2-1.
Actually, you didn't say it, I did. Halos need a walk-off homer to get him on this long road trip on a good note. Lousy single would work, or even a gapper with Figgy at first base to tie it up.
Outside 3-1. He's in danger of walking. The bases loaded with Guerrero looming. I believe Mr. Abreu is going to be ready to take a rip on 3-1.
It's got to be his pitch.
Yep. Pops it up. Chavez in left field makes the catch for the 2nd out. Just enough movement for Bobby to miss-hit that baseball. So the Angels down to their last out. Seattle was down to their last out when a 3-run home run tied the game. Seattle going for the sweep. The Angels hoping to spoil that with Vladimir Guerrero up. Guerrero 1 for 3 with a double, a pop-up, and a strikeout. He also has a sacrifice fly that drove in his first run since coming off the disabled list. Broken bat, flare towards right field. Branyan won't reach it, neither will Ichiro. As Torres scores, Figgins held at third. It's a double for Guerrero. The Angels within 1.
Vladdy was able to get to second base. Ichiro might have thrown him out had he looked at second, but he was more concerned with Sean Figgins. Tie and run there. So Vladdy, first ball hacking, not surprised, but lands in pay dirt area. So Vladdy's going to take off. See, he hesitated for a second. Says, I'll go ahead and go because he's throwing home. That was a key move there on a base hit by this man who has been known to bring excitement to this crowd before.
They're going to intentionally walk Torrey Hunter to get to Juan Rivera.
So it might be Gary Matthews Jr. as they're pulling Juan Rivera off, and I don't know exactly if I think maybe Matthews Jr. might run for Vladdy, which would be a good option. But I'm definitely going to leave Juan Rivera in there. Juan came off the on-deck circle there. But he's going to hit, and Matthews is going to bring Vladdy home.
We started our show talking about Juan Rivera, his great game on Friday, 3 hits, a remarkable catch, robbing Branyan of a home run. So here he is with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th inning, a chance to be the hero. The Angels were at one time down 8-1. They closed it to within 1. And Rivera, who has played very well in the month of May, up. Matthews, we showed you pinch running at second base with Figgins at third. Figgins third. Matthews second. Hunter first. Outfield arms all pretty good.
Something out over the middle would suit Juan fine.
Ball 1.
He went with an off-speed pitch there. One. He's trying to find some type of command.
He's thrown 25 pitches after throwing both Friday and Saturday, and he might be getting a little weary. Checks a swing and one that stays high. 2-0. No swing.
Okay, Juan's got to focus. Belt up because Archman's throwing a lot of belt high fastballs. He wants to make sure that top hand comes down through it, hit something hard somewhere. Hopefully it's not Adam. It's been happening this whole series.
3-0. A walk ties the game.
Look at these kids, they believe. They're all excited. That man's lifting up the world right there. Monkeys flying everywhere here at the Big A. I'm taking all the way. I'm going to make him throw me some strikes. As a matter of fact, 2 of them.
He walked him, and the Angels have come all the way back to tie this game.
Rivera didn't even get a chance. As I think you mentioned it, Fizz, Archman might be running out of a little bit of gas, and there's no action up in that Seattle bullpen.
Rex, I was surprised Don Wakamatsu intentionally walked Torrey Hunter just to take some pressure off Archman, who had already walked 2 in the inning.
He wasn't going to let Torrey Hunter beat him again.
The batter is Kendry Morales.
First pitch, be ready. Ooh, man, is that a beauty.
Strike 1.
Bases loaded, he wanted to get ahead.
8 runs on 15 hits for Seattle, 8 runs on 10 hits for the Angels. And look at this young man. Oh, man.
Kid's exhausted. Look at him breathing heavy. That kid wants to see a win in the worst way.
Next pitch missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kendry Morales. The next pitch is The 31st this inning for David Aardsma, who has allowed 2 runs to the Angels. A rare blown save for Aardsma. Foul, 1-2.
Not only does the fans want to see a win, but so does Socia. He's happy with the way his team hasn't given up and played hard. Now he's down 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aardsma has a split finger. You see that grip in his hand. Lousy single wins it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Angels up on the railing. It crawled all the way back. At one time, we're down 8-1. Base hit left field. The Angels' biggest comeback of the year is complete.
Henry Morales, who came in to pinch hit in the middle of the game, ends up being the hero, and he's bobbed, and there's a lot of emotion there. I tell you, wins cure all. Great walk-off against Seattle's closer, Aardsma. Doesn't get any better. That's been a successful homestand, but forget about the homestand. They're looking ahead now to the road trip, and Angels win.
The Angels troubled so many times this year by the lack of a bullpen. This time the bullpen keeps them in the ball game and allows them to come back. The Angels were trailing 6-0. Ervin Santana had a very poor start. Then they were down 8-1, and that's when they started their comeback.
All right, game-winning hit, and that's a pitch that he shortened up his swing. He wasn't trying to hit a long one. He knew all he needed was a single, and he got it, man. I tell you, that makes them all happy, especially all the Halo fans here. Way to go. A nice comeback for confidence.
The Angels win the ball.